The Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, scarred by decades of conflict, has long been a region of turmoil and unrest. In 2012, this volatile landscape saw the rise of the M23 Movement, a significant and formidable rebel group. Composed primarily of ethnic Tutsis, the group took its name from the March 23, 2009 peace agreement, which they accused the government of violating. This agreement was supposed to bring stability, but instead became a catalyst for further conflict. The M23 rebellion quickly plunged the region into violence and displacement, exposing the fragility of peace and the vulnerability of the local population. Thousands of civilians were forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge from the chaos. The roots of this rebellion were deeply intertwined with ethnic tensions, regional power struggles, and fierce competition for Congo's vast mineral wealth. The conflict was not just about political power, but also about control over lucrative resources. Understanding the group's motivations requires delving into the historical context shaped by the Rwandan genocide and Africa's World War. These events left deep scars and set the stage for ongoing conflicts in the region, influencing the dynamics of the M23 movement. The Rwandan genocide sent shockwaves throughout the region, destabilizing eastern Congo and leading to the First Congo War, which toppled dictator Mobutu Sese Seko. The fall of Mobutu did little to quell unrest in eastern Congo. The region remained a hotbed of conflict and instability, with various factions vying for control and influence. The new president, Laurent Désiré Kabila, soon clashed with his former Rwandan and Ugandan allies, igniting the Second Congo War. This war, often referred to as Africa's World War, involved multiple nations and resulted in immense suffering and loss of life. Rwanda and Uganda, accused of exploiting Congo's mineral wealth, backed rebel groups, including Tutsi-dominated militias. These groups fought for control over resource-rich areas, further complicating the conflict and deepening the humanitarian crisis. The Second Congo War ended with a peace agreement in 2003, but underlying tensions remained. The peace was fragile, and many issues that had fueled the conflict were left unresolved. In 2009, the Congolese government signed a peace agreement with the National Congrès for the Defense of the People, a Tutsi-led rebel group. This agreement was seen as a significant step towards lasting peace and stability in the region. The agreement aimed to integrate former rebels into the national army and address grievances, but failed to deliver on promises. Many former rebels felt that their needs and concerns were not adequately addressed. This failure sowed discontent among former CNDP fighters who felt betrayed by the government. Their frustration led to protests and further instability, undermining the peace process. Persistent discrimination and marginalization of Tutsi communities created fertile ground for a new rebellion. The cycle of conflict seemed unending, with new groups forming and old grievances resurfacing, making peace a distant dream for many in the region. The M23 movement, formed in April 2012, capitalized on grievances, demanding the full implementation of the 2009 peace agreement. This agreement was supposed to bring lasting peace to the region, but many promises remained unfulfilled. They accused the government of corruption, incompetence, and failing to provide security or basic services. The frustration among the population grew as the government struggled to maintain order and provide for its citizens. The M23 rebellion quickly gained momentum, exposing the weaknesses of the Congolese army. The army, under-resourced and poorly trained, found it difficult to counter the well-organized rebel forces. The group's ranks swelled with disgruntled former CNDP fighters, frustrated with the lack of progress. These fighters brought with them valuable experience and a deep-seated desire for change. The M23's military successes, fueled by alleged support from Rwanda and Uganda, bolstered their ranks. This external support provided them with the resources and confidence to continue their campaign. The UN peacekeeping mission in Congo, MONUSCO, faced criticism for its perceived ineffectiveness in protecting civilians. Many felt that the peacekeepers were unable to prevent the violence and instability that plagued the region. However, MONUSCO played a crucial role in providing humanitarian assistance and supporting the Congolese army. Their efforts, though often criticized, were vital in alleviating some of the suffering and chaos caused by the conflict. The M23 rebellion plunged eastern Congo into violence and displacement with widespread human rights abuses. Their offensive displaced hundreds of thousands, exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. The group's capture of Goma in November 2012 highlighted the government's weakness and the rebels' growing strength. The occupation of Goma, though short-lived, further tarnished the government's image. The international outcry increased pressure on the government to find a negotiated solution. Regional leaders mediated peace talks in Kampala, Uganda, aiming to address the root causes of the conflict and find a lasting solution.